like James Dean a lot more than that guy. He's on probation.
Yo, that's the truth.
Yeah.
The transition.
Oh.
1 to 2. Oh! A massive.
I like when you go around and you came back and I was like, impressive, let's go.
And I saw you dip, and I'm like, he's giving me room, I'm gonna go. Back our shit in the f***ing trailer. Getting ready to go out for practice. Guys got the car ready off the trailer, and track changes. They're running the outer zone 3 a little bit wider. They put a wall there. We have to run outer zone 2 wall, stay wider, run outer zone 3 wide, and then cut across the track. I think it'll give better visibility for outer zone 4. There's always been a problem for that. They also shortened outer zone 4 a bunch, so now it's only half the turn, which I think is really weird because it literally is the start of it and not like powering through. But I think they're just doing that because they're worried about people debeating going up the bank afterwards. But I'm excited to go out and drive it, see how it does, see if we need to make a gear change for the bigger track or keep it the way it is. Andy Luck let me drive today.
No middle fingers, no cussing.
Where'd it go?
Damn, nice throw.
I you said nice throat. I was like,
That's not really something you're supposed to say, like, good to somebody's wife, man.
Chelsea, it was kind of fun watching from the outside all the craziness.
Oh yeah. You were in Japan, were you?
I was at Mike's Peak.
Oh, Mike's Peak. Okay, so practice is not going well. My steering seems to be binding up. At first we thought it was an outer Heim for the steering. That wasn't it. And then we double-checked and triple-checked the alignment to make sure the toe, caster, camber, and all that is located correctly. Then we double-checked the sway bar end links to make sure those were equal left to right. Header we thought was maybe touching the steering column under stress, so we hammered that and fixed that. But ultimately, I think it might be a steering rack. No really good lead runs. One with the binding rack, and we're going into qualifying. We've got some really good chasers because I don't have to be aggressive and I'm just following what the person in front of me is doing. So we've been on the door running really well with that, but still, even through that, you can feel basically what happens is I could steer the wheel to the right and let go of the steering wheel. And if I'm in the pit, it will just keep going in circles and never try to straighten yourself out. You know, normally you go in any car, you steer and you let go and it comes back to center. Drift cars normally do that even more to help you. So it seems to be getting jammed and stuck, so the only thing we can think of is rack and then steering pump. So we're putting a rack in it now, so that hopefully I can just drive around here and see if it's fixed before qualifying, and then we're going out qualifying again with no real confidence, because I know I can put the car where I need to get it, but no practice and new track layout and change. It sucks to go out with one lap, and then during the one lap, the car is over rotating because they're steering stuff. So I don't know. We'll see. I guess it's racing. I'm just tired of mentally breaking my brain down every single time I drive. Instead of focusing on being better the next lap, I'm not even focused on the driving. I'm just focused on trying to find a solution for what's going wrong with my car all the time. I'm bummed, to say the least.
I always say it, and Chelsea Nova, I'm expecting some big flicks here. Chelsea Nova, the Penzo Mustang RTR Spec 5 FD. Again, winner just 2 rounds ago. Here we go. Kind of crawling into that second outside zone, right? You saw that lift, and then he pops it up, pops the wheelie, coming down that third outside zone. Big aggressive angle, coming to that final outside zone. He is ripping into that final. Oh no!
Oh, wow, what happened?
Parks it. Oh man, what? That's crazy.
Out Zoom 4.
Yeah.
Like you could see the head shake. Probably just lost power and points.
And the thing is there's only one more driver for him when we go into the not so great 8, so then
Figured out.
he's got not much time to make it work.
Figured it. All right, so Chelsea Nova incomplete. Just lost power, shuts her down.
What's up? Figuring it out?
Yeah, science.
Science. Do we have any idea yet?
I don't know anything about this part.
Whatever, I guess it makes the car work.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been the clutch dragging with it in.
Did you figure out why it stalled?
Yeah, it stalled because the hood pin came off.
He's angry. He drives better when he's angry.
Yeah, he's a little upset, but he'll lay her down.
Yeah.
He'll be good.
We should do a fake qualifying. Get him all angry and
Get him
hyped
mad.
up. Then he'll just throw down. This is like unstoppable.
How's that feeling, Daddy?
You weren't supposed to see that.
Yo, that's the truth.
How do you feel, like a new man?
I feel like we need to change more batteries and keep it going. Never used anything battery assisted to help me feel better, but
In Long Beach, Lonkin Jr., Atlanta, and this gentleman won in Orlando. Here we go, Chelsea Nova gonna get back to that winning status. Big angle there from him, good fluidity, you can see it. Let's bring on in that second outside zone. Quick little shimmying there, that third outside zone, and this is where it shut down on him. But again, it seemed a little violent. Oh man, that car gripped up and shot into the inside of that outside zone, but that is gonna be enough. That is gonna be enough to get Chelsea in the show.
And here we go. He's starting out. Comes in. Pretty good initiation there. Pretty wide. Probably could have got a little bit deeper and stayed in outer zone 1 a little bit longer. Transition was kind of a little lazy. Not terrible, but does a pretty good job filling outer zone 2. Does great through here, not adjusting his angle until right about the end where he starts pouring out a little bit more angle, and then comes across here, and this just kind of late to get back on the throttle, almost to the point where he's halfway through the zone. So don't know if that was just him or the car, but it'll be a scored run. He's in the show. That's all he wants. Now they've got 24 hours figured out. Oh, 79. Oh, there you go.
And there it is, a 79, a 79.
You designed this head?
excuse me. Wait a minute. Let's rephrase that again.
Oh, it was his idea, though.
Thank you. Mechanics design. He'll take credit for anything that's not his.
I will. Yep.
If it works and it's doing something good, it's not his.
All right, Saturday morning, we're gonna go out and see if the steering's fixed. We found some things in the knuckles where the Ackerman plates go that were a little ovalized, probably from hitting people and having crazy amounts of front end stiffness and jacking. So they've got that fixed. We threw a new rack in the car. They've gone over everything and replaced every Heim joint that needed replaced, and hopefully we have an entire new front end, and that fixes our problem. If it doesn't, we know there's a lot of new things and some things to look at to hopefully improve it, but I'm pretty confident that this is going to set it up and be perfect. Go out and get some good lead laps, because we got none of those. Even my qualifying laps were very, very soft yesterday or Thursday. We need to turn up a bit and get the car hooked up and do that all in a really short period of time, so we'll see how it goes. copy that. We got into Robbins in the front left wheel, so we just need to get a visual on that, make sure everything's good. You will do.
Aesthetically from this end, bro, that looks really, really good.
Yeah, I can't do outer zone 4 like that all weekend, unfortunately. I was on the verge of spinning out and doing everything I could not to spin. So we can't do the hang-on like that. I think it's more important to fill outer zone 3 all the way and not leave early because it's right in front of the judges. And I was out of the box at the end of the zone. I wasn't even in it. Like, I was at the corner of it.
Okay, yeah, no, I just wanted to make sure that I was understanding what you're saying. I do agree with what you're saying. I think if you stay in it, completely fill out outer zone 3 Yeah, I would definitely say you're definitely on that edge right there. You did a really good job saving it. I mean, it wasn't a horrible dirt drop. I mean, it was just half of it. I mean, I know that's not what you're looking for, but other than that, like, outer zone 3 was beautiful. I just rewatched. I just sent the video over as well. And outer zone 4 was money. So, I mean, I think you got this, man. You know what I mean? I think that little adjustment that you make on outer zone 1, you're going to be able to do that with no problem. Definitely seems like you got the rhythm here.
Copy that. We're really like counting little bits and pieces here because when I'm watching the runs back on the video, it's like, oh yeah, I left outer zone 3 a little early. Maybe I left outer zone 4 a little early. But like everything else should be getting maximum points.
Here we go. We are going back to the Joao Chelsea Denova battle. We did not see either run. We had a restart, but then Joao called that competition timeout. So here we are on run 1 with Joao Barion out front. Now transitioning into that second outside zone. Oh, and Joao Barion comes out of angle. Don't know if he made contact with the wall as he goes into third. And Chelsea really applying the pressure. Now to that last outside zone, Joao flicks it in. Chelsea Denova almost gripping up. And wow, that got very, very precarious. Here we are looking at Joao Barion, the Brazilian driver, chasing down the Philly born and bred Chelsea Denova, Pencil, RTR, Ford Mustang. I know Boss Man's watching at home right now, or he's out in the desert ripping raptors, but goes in that second outside zone. Chelsea, massive angle from Denova. Joao shuts it down, and that's mechanical. Unfortunately for Joao Barion, as long as Chelsea keeps it consistent, he's gonna have the victory here. He is really, he's flirting with that loop in it, man. I mean, he's just maxing out that angle.
Yeah, we got the win. His lead run was shaky.
That's me.
And I just kind of was patient behind him. I definitely thought I was going to hit him in outer zone 2, but we got through it. My timing, because of the wavering in outer zone 3, my timing going into 4 was way early. He just didn't get the drive I think he thought he was going to get, and he was able to reach and extend it, but I'm in the smoke and can't see what he's doing, so I came through like normal run and ended up way inside, but hopefully even if it did come down to it, the judges would have seen that out of 2 into 3 was really bobble, a big bobble, so car feels good, but we're about to replace all the drivetrain, and so we're fresh for top 16. I like a clutch kick though. I have the problem where I'm so good at slipping it, I can disconnect just one disc, and it's like, it's holding 600 of it, but not 1,000 of it. So that one disc is like just on fire. Whoa, 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 whoa! Holy, that was a lead run right there. Thorn was there the whole time, but that lead run's gonna be hard to beat. And then last zone, out the whole thing. Like, Thorn's there though. That was the #1 qualifier run right there. His lead was sick, but Thorn's inside of it the entire time.
Wow.
That's gonna be a lot more time.
They said James caused him to straighten. I don't see how that's possible. Because he ran out of one lap.
No, he nah.
No,
He
I'm
got the
understanding what he said.
transition perfect. I know. I'm arguing with them, dude. James got the car pointed and perfect.
No, I understand that. Also got to start in the zone. Watch the start in the zone.
He's good.
He's in the start of it. No way, I'd protest that. Well, that's for sure. Protest, man.
That fucked me up. I just dropped half the tire. They probably blame me for that.
But dude, the thing is
Because I had half the
if
tire
you
on.
would have left when they wanted you to leave, you would have fucking crashed into you. Look, he's fucked before it even happened. You go to leave the zone, he's fucked. He's done. If you would have came off earlier, it would have been worse for him. You bought him more time. First person to do a 10-second handstand. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9.5. There you go, bro.
Who thinks that battle should have went one more time?
He doesn't show up. So the deal now is, though, I have to stone cold 2 monster cans.
Don't see Genofa, baby. I really like James Dean a lot more than that guy. He's on probation. He's on probation. I guess that's an entrance.
Dude.
Someone's on probo and getting in trouble. How many phone calls are you gonna get off of that? A lot of phone calls. He's on probation, remember? You're in so much trouble, bro. You're in so much trouble.
There's no rental car keys anywhere. We get in James' car, we fire it up, there's no steering wheel. So I'm running back in to get the steering wheel. We get a steering wheel. We were doing like 80 miles an hour. I was here fast.
Hey, you were way better than last time.
Way better.
Top 16.
Yep, ready to go to sleep. It's 9 o'clock already.
How do you feel?
I feel good. We got Dylan Hughes. I haven't heard or watched any of his runs, so my spotter will give me some notes and we'll go run him heads up and have a good time.
Did you end up doing anything with the trans? Like, did we swap out anything?
We found that the brace to the transmission was loose. Not the actual cross brace, but we have 2 diagonal braces that are like time jointed that go to the chassis. They were loose and rattling around, so. All right, we're gonna go. Rolling up through the national anthem. It won't matter, he's not even American.
From the Pacific Northwest, he knows how to rally race. He was at Dirtfish, so he knows how to slide a car for sure. But Chelsea Nova turns it up to 11. How is he going to handle here in the wet conditions? Here we go, that royal purple BMW. Chelsea Nova right there to the side. Let's see how they handle that. Again, you talked about the transition. 1 to 2, and Chelsea lets him on by and then just drops into formation. Dylan the Dozer Hughes, quick little correction of those 4-star wheels. And out and Nova pushes hard.
He was slowing down the wrong way for sure.
That's why we slow it down once again.
Well, we always know that Denova is going to give 110%. Right out of the gate, he falls into the inside of outside zone where he transitions really well. Super tight right here on Dylan Hughes. Hughes accelerating to outside zone 3, and as he leaves that zone, he angles up incredibly, and it looks like Denova really didn't have anywhere to go. That's my personal opinion from what I see, but
watch
look
the
at
course,
the angle
course
here.
edge.
He
No,
goes
the course
off,
edge.
Yeah, he goes off the course with a huge amount of angle, and it looks like Denova was kind of stuck and not able to go anywhere.
Wow! Rick, get low on that pole. Drop it low.
Overdrive the car. it might have a mistake.
Sure.
So here we go. Chelsea DeNova out front. Dylan Hughes in the chase position. 3, 2, 1, bang, there goes. Chelsea DeNova in that first outside zone. The Nitto tires go ablaze. The GT radial tires underneath that of Dylan Hughes. Second outside zone. You can see a little bit of wavering there from Chelsea DeNova in that outside zone 3. Chelsea was saying it's pretty difficult. He maxes it out. Going into that last outside zone, Dylan Hughes dives in. We got contact, but they stay in. He pushes them around. But again, with that contact, looked like Dylan Hughes driving it with a little bit of aggression here for Dylan Hughes.
Well, you have to give props to Hughes' team here. I mean, they were dealing without a competition timeout. They had to put the car back out there without really knowing whether or not it was going to perform up to spec. It did perform up to spec, but DeNova had an advantage over Hughes from the get-go. He just needed to lay down a solid lead run. He angled up there a little bit too, like Hughes as well. So it must be wet in that area over there where drivers are getting a little bit more angle than they suspect that they might.
High five again.
Yeah! That was fun.
Good job. You didn't die.
I hate driving in this trash. Dylan's hitting me the whole time, and I'm like, hell yeah. It's because, like, that's the thing with this, when you run someone like this. You just do everything they're doing and be as close as possible, because if something happens, it's wet, it's raining, you're going to run over the same wet ground.
Yeah.
And if you're staggered, it could be bad. Like, being close, you can bump a few times.
That was probably best case scenario.
It was really good. And then Dylan hit me in outer zone 3 because I knew we were getting to that really slick spot, so I started leaving the zone and getting ready. I caught it, counter steered, and then he's like, bump, bump, and then I transitioned and he got me going across the finish line. I felt like I was hanging out with the boys and driving in the rain for fun. So.
Hell yeah.
It definitely got pretty gnarly out there. Outer 4 is okay. It's consistently like 30% less grip. 30% less. Yeah, you'll probably feel the same.
I was going to say, I'm like feeling that. I was like, oh.
Yeah, it's wet on the very edge.
Yeah, I just stayed like 4 feet
I've never been out the very edge all weekend, so I don't know.
Well, now you'll get out there, you're definitely staying out there. But, turn 1 up until the track edge, about 90% at this point. So you'll probably be 100% except the track edge.
We should probably just swap the training then. That's fine. You're going to be mad if we don't. We should definitely do it. Because we're going to think that I was remiss.
Great. Yeah.
You got a 3/8 impact down there? Come on, that's hot. Come on.
I'm not moving it again.
Good job, boys. Watch your head, watch your head.
Coming to you. Coming to you right here. Man, what a fuck you got here, man.
Big old boy. Big old boy.
Wait.
Coming all as one.
No, keep going. We jerk ourselves off it. Where did you go? Got it. Yep. Thank you. Now it's out of the front. Okay.
Nice job, dude.
We're good. Yeah. Good job, guys. Good job. Stupid gearbox. Good job, brother. I stole that one. I stole that one. You tried that one. 2 for 2. How does it feel to have it stolen?
It's like, okay, like I'm an overshooting one all day. I like tiptoe in. It's like the most grip I've ever felt in my life.
Yeah.
And then I like transfer to 2. I'm like, okay, we're gripped up. And I'm just like doing my thing on 3, turn the wheel in a little bit to start to exit. And it's just like.
And I'm like, he's going to save it and light off. And we're both going to zing it into 4. And I'm like, no. And I'm like, I'm in it too now. Stop. And even on entry, I'm like, all right, I know he's going to take it easy. Yeah. But then you started singing it on the run. I was like, I'm probably just going to do a long handbrake. So I did the same. So we were perfect on entry.
Yeah, that was sick.
It worked out great. And then the chase, I told Reese, I was like, I'm about to get hit like 10 times. There's no choice but to do that because you can hit me all you want, and it doesn't matter because if I overrow, it's going to be slow or speed or whatever. And in that spot, I was like, okay, Jones is going to try to hit me in the same spot.
I literally was like, as soon as, because you like got into the zone, not super deep in it, but
on purpose.
You still like kissed the corner of it and it still rotated a little bit, and I was like, I should have just You're fucking shit. I should have, bro. And then we transitioned to the last one, and it was stop, and I was just like, because I'm like getting towards the paint line, and I'm like, just don't even go near it. Like, obviously it sucks that I just needed to get a run in, but I still like stay a little safe, but fill the zone. Like, it was good though. I was enjoying you hitting me the whole time.
What do we got? Here we go. Chris Forsberg will lead. Denofa giving chase. See how they handle that outside zone one. Boom, right into it. Chelsea Denofa looks like he's banging doors with Chris Forsberg into that second outside zone. Here goes Forsberg. Denofa drops into formation after a quick little tap out of the gate. Really good proximity on his Denofa. Great angle and a good lead. Oh! A massive punt by Denofa. Oh, man. That was quite a hit from the back on transition. Denofa.
Look at this snap
around.
here. That is a great initiation from Forsberg, but there's Denofa right in the pocket. Another quick snap back around, transitioning to outside zone 2. Denofa super close, trying to mimic on the transition to 4. You can see Denofa is going to start surging forward, grips up, hits Forsberg in the back. Forsberg goes off course and into our fence line. Unbelievable.
So let's take a look at this again. Boom, bang. You know, here's where the questions lie. Forsberg was in transition. You see him hit him from the back. You know, the chase car needs to give way to that lead car. That's just an awkward position for Denofa to hit Forsberg. But here we go. Chelsea Denofa out front. Chris Forsberg in that chase position. Denofa, I feel, is going to get really aggressive here in that first outside zone. Gets a little bit into the dirt and a lot into the dirt, and that's going to be yeah. Okay. I think this is just to finish out this run here. South of the car. Oh yeah. We got some extracurricular staff in class here. You boys are going to detention. And yeah, so it looks like keep going. We're running hot. We're running hot out here, kids. And it looked like Denofa got into the dirt. The car rotated. We saw that previously. But Denofa pushes hard and just having some fun. Let's take a look at it again here, Ryan. What did you see?
Yeah, I mean, Denofa just angles up on the end of outside zone 1, and that's going to end the run right there. That would be an incomplete. All of this is just for fun or whatever you want to call it. Pick your
anger,
adjective.
Frustration. Yeah, I mean, this is these guys have exchanged words. They've exchanged body panels before, and I think it continues here as Chris Forsberg gets the win after a crazy turn of events there.
You're a wild man.
Don't let him pass me. There's no way I'm let him pass me.
I do like I like when you go around and you came back and I was like, impressive, let's go.
And I saw you dip, and I'm like, he's giving me room. I'm gonna go, because
I don't know if I was trying to, but I was trying to like just not hit you.
Right.
And you got back in
Oh
front.
man.
Well, I guess we're gonna finish the run.
Yeah, well, I was like, no way. The passing's definitely not happening, but we're gonna finish this run for sure. Run, good luck, bro. Have a good one. So basically what happened was he, in the first run, basically slowed the car before the transition, and I ended up hitting him because of that. In the drivers' meetings, even in writing, they said that we don't want any decels until you're facing the other direction, until you've done the transition. So I was already like, I don't understand how we're at fault, because I even watched it while they were digging him out of the woods. That like, hey man, your brake lights are on when you're facing the wrong way. My speed lights, which take for a grain of salt, but they actually were doing what they were supposed to do. They come back down. I let him transition. I roll back into throttle to get the car to rotate, and right when I go to rotate the car, when he's getting in the brakes, and I give him a bump. And unfortunately, it's very wet and slick there, and if you're any bit wider than the proper line, it's like speeds up quicksand all the way, or slippery all the way into the board. But it gave me an opportunity while they were digging him out to watch, and I felt that he decelled, so I had already had Reese and the guys like, hey man, I don't believe that we're at fault for that, so we should move forward. And obviously we're not going to put a protest in until the run is over. So I'm like, I firmly believe we were actually going to win that. So I was like, I just need to go out and put a run down, fill all the zones, do what I need to do, because
that's the job, right? So I went out and I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna drive the lap like I did before, and I just got into the edge of the track, which is wet the last like foot of it because of everybody dropping mud and dropping tire, and I also did the same thing. And then I washed out wide, and I'm like, you're not gonna pass me. I'm not gonna let that happen. So I blasted back on track and got by him, and then we came back in formation. I wanna see it, I haven't seen it yet. But I heard him right back on there again and finished the run. But
and then even continued the run.
Oh yeah, all the way to the end. on the NASCAR bank wall. But either way, obviously he deserved to win on that, even with what we talked about, because I dropped the tire and made the mistake, which would have been a 0 because it was an unchaseable lead, not because of the tire drop. So there's really no reason to even put the protest in because it's silly at that point. Even though he would have been 0'd, I would have been 0'd. Maybe we would have got it one more time. I doubt it. It's not really worth pushing it. I only was going through with it in the beginning because I was like, look, you guys beat this into our heads that you wanted us to do that. He did the opposite of that. I made contact with him. How are you going to put me at fault for that? Just putting trust in the driver to do what we're told to do, and unfortunately it didn't happen. But we're out, top 8. Some other guys are out, top 16, so the points are going to get shook up a little bit. Osbo, I believe, is still in, so he might pull ahead now. So we might be in the same position as we came in, just with Osbo in the lead and myself in second still. But we'll see. Hey, good job, everybody. Fast gearbox change. Cars were the way they needed to be when it mattered today. Solid efforts for sure. I blew it because I overdrove the car and put a tire off and decided I wasn't going to let Chris pass me. Yeah, it was fine. It's fine. Everybody was doing what they needed to do. I was really happy to see it all work together the way it did. We all made some little mistakes, and that's what ended up where we were. So it wasn't anybody here's fault besides those 3 dickhead drivers that blew it. Yeah, although he won both of the battles.
Next time.
Next time.
We'll get lucky one time.
Yeah, we're 4th or 5th still, for me at least. I don't know where James is at, but...
I think I'm 32nd.
Yeah. Well, there's only 34, so I don't know. No, we're still there in the championship. 3 events to go. Even he can get up into the top 3 pretty easily still. Gotta do another 3-peat again now. Thank you guys. Killer job. Really happy with everybody pulling it together today. Round of applause. All right, pack our shit in the f***ing trailer.